So let's say that you've purchased our rustic kit, whether it be the individual bottles or the entire kit, and you've gone ahead and you've played with it, but you've overdone it. Let's say you've decided that too much rust has been put on your model, your die cast, or whatever you're putting it on. I'm going to show you the best way to, cover that up. It's a very simple process. In this case, we have our rusted 34 Ford. Now, where it's at currently, I like the look of it, so we're not going to mess with it. But we do have a panel that I've gone ahead and rusted, just one layer of rust. And let's say that this is a panel that you decided needed to be less done. You don't want quite as much rust. Now, obviously you're going to use whatever your base color is, or whatever color you want to have coming through. In this case, I use the aged iron. So you can use whatever color that you're going to normally use. Now basically it's just a dry brushing technique. Most of you know how to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you anyway. So basically you're going to put your color on your brush that you're going to use, and obviously just kind of, get most of it off. Standard dry brushing technique. And let's say we want a little bit of a darker area, right in here, wanting to come out a little bit. You can just put that on. You can thin it up some more if you want to. And then I'll put a layer on. I'll then do a little more brushing onto the tissue. I'll go around the edges to take a little more off with the tissue so that you are basically just pulling it into the rust. And you just continue to go wherever you want to lose some of the rust that you feel was either too strong or too much. And I just keep dabbing onto the tissue. But as you can see, as you feather it out, the rust is going away, and the color that was underneath it is coming back. Now it looks a little dark at the moment, but it's still wet. So what you can do is get you a little fan, like this, turn it on, and any areas that are lighter, you can see it's starting to dry around the edges more. So it dries, at least our paint dries fairly quickly. It's a water-based acrylic, so it dries very quickly. But what I like about it is it's not going to pick up any of the rust, but what it'll do is it won't show up as solid. So you have kind of a variation in your pattern here. So you have light and dark areas that have come in. If you want it to have it a little more solid, like it hadn't been touched by any surface rust yet, just go ahead and do it a second time. Almost like a wet brushing or a dry brushing is what you're trying to do. But it'll cover that rust up. It could also allow it to blend in better if you want more of a surface rust look. But it's very simple to use. You can cover right back over it, and just continue to add more and more until it gets to the point that you don't have as much rust there as you'd like to have. Very simple process. Standard dry brushing using whatever your base color is. In this case it was our aged iron. But you can actually cover it up if you don't like it. You can use water to try to pull some of it off. I'll see if I can't. So on this far fender, water was added along here Let's see if I can get a shadow. There we go. And so water was added. It was scrubbed a little bit with the brush, and it pulled some of the rust away as well there too. So you have two ways you can do it. Either add water to it and kind of scrub it with your brush, and then I use a tissue to go ahead and get the rest of it. Or you can go ahead and just do a standard dry brushing where you can make it darker. In this case, I probably would do a little bit more, a little dark here, just to kind of bring out the color more. But yes, so standard little tip using the rust. Stay tuned for more. We'll show you how you can use it in other ways, and we hope you're enjoying using the rustic kits. And we do appreciate your following us, and thank you, and we will see you later.